Hi, my name is Olivia. I've landed just in time to catch another segment of Daily AI Prompts for Job Seekers with William Craig III. Today, Mr. Craig will be demonstrating another powerful prompt to help us use AI effectively in our job search. I can't wait to see what he's going to share with us. And the best part is, I can watch the replay on his LinkedIn profile or his YouTube channel at Get Up and Get a Job. Okay, fasten your seatbelts. Mr. Craig is about to take off.
All right. Thanks so much, Olivia. And welcome back to those of you who have been following the series either in person or by watching the replays. And a warm welcome if this is your first time joining. This is Daily AI Prompts for Job Seekers. I'm William Craig III, an AI business and career strategist. Today's segment shows us how to get on every executive's radar in 90 days. Oh my goodness. Look, if you're new to the series, I have a clear mission to help you move beyond overwhelm and into action. The fact is, people who randomly put out resources with hundreds and hundreds of AI prompts are well-meaning, but sometimes too many prompts can actually be paralyzing. So Daily AI Prompts for Job Seekers is focused on giving you just one powerful, practical prompt each and every day. And no matter how long you've been unemployed, underemployed, or maybe you're just unhappily employed, my goal is to help you run your job search like a well-organized job campaign, one with clarity, confidence, and strategy using AI as your job campaign manager. And by the way, if you've missed any of the segments, feel free to visit my LinkedIn profile. There you can watch the replays, but I'd prefer if you subscribe to my YouTube channel. Really, it's called Get Up and Get a Job. That's right. Just go to YouTube, type in Get Up and Get a Job, click the subscribe bell, and you'll be notified every time I go live or share a video I believe would be of help to you. All right, so let's get this hump day party started. Let's see here. Got some folks who have made themselves known in the comment section. And let's take a look at what they got to say. Dawn Lewis. Good afternoon, one and all. Happy Hump Day Wednesday. Happy Hump Day to you too, Dawn. Thanks so much for sharing your time with me. I appreciate it. Let's see. We also have Brother John Werner. Hi, William and everyone. Hope all is well. Happy Wednesday. Excited for today's session on how to gain strategic visibility during an interview and through a 90-day visibility framework. That's exactly what we're talking about, a 90-day visibility framework. Love it, John. Thanks so much for sharing your time today. Let's see who else is making themselves known. Monica Jacks. Hey, Monica. Monica says, good Wednesday afternoon. And a very good Wednesday afternoon to you too. Thanks for sharing time with me today, Monica. Then, of course, we've got Brother Daniel Velez. Good Wednesday afternoon, William. You're the Yoda of job campaigners. So very nice indeed. Or should I say, indeed, very nice. Thanks so much, Daniel. Appreciate you being here. Let's see here. Shelly, happy Wednesday, everyone, she says. Thanks for letting us know you're in the house. And let's go ahead and get to today's prompt. All righty. So today's prompt says, suggest 3 cross-functional project ideas that align with, let's see here. I had that right the first time and changed it. With Mary's and would allow her, that's a little dyslexic here this afternoon now. Suggest 3 cross-functional project ideas that align with Mary's company's 2026-2027 goals and would allow her to collaborate with finance, marketing, and IT. Also, show her how to use AI to identify and pitch high visibility projects before or during an interview. So yesterday, what did we do? We took a look at the 20-minute lunch and learn sessions that you could create. So again, lunch and learn, whether you're in a company, in a role, or you are looking for a new job role. Okay. We did the lunch and learns. So with just 20 minutes, we're able to bring our level of expertise, our subject matter expertise to the surface so others can see. Today, we're taking it to a whole new level, a whole new level, because now we're going to take maybe that 20-minute lunch and learn and turn it into a project, a project that we can actually pitch. Pitch to whom? Pitch to someone with whom we'd like to work. Pitch to folks that we're connecting with on LinkedIn. Pitch to folks during our interview, or pitching to our management and upper level management at the company where we are. Alrighty, so whether you're looking to get a job or get a promotion, this will work for YO, but especially you. All right, so let's see how Chat is going to orchestrate this for us today. And it's thinking. Now I switched up on the models because I didn't want just the quick instant oatmeal. I wanted we're going to let this marinate for a little while. And I'm going to be doing some work with Codex, thanks to my coach. And we'll talk more about that later. But let's see what we've got here. Chat's still working, but here we go. Absolutely. Since I do not have Mary's specific company goals in front of me, I'm going to anchor these ideas to the kinds of 2026 priorities many companies are pushing right now: efficiency, smarter forecasting, better customer intelligence, stronger automation, tighter risk controls, and cross-functional visibility. Now, here, let me just say this. While Chat has Mary's credentials, Mary doesn't have a company because she's fictitious. Okay, so there we have it. All righty. So number one, revenue to cash visibility project. Revenue to cash. I like the sound of that. Revenue to cash visibility project. This project, where's my mouse? I lost my mouse. This project connects finance, marketing, and IT around one question: where are we losing time, money, and momentum between lead generation and cash collection? What it is: build a shared dashboard and workflow that tracks the journey from marketing campaign performance to invoicing, collections, and cash applications. Why leadership will care: it helps the company see which campaigns bring in profitable customers, which accounts pay slowly, and where process bottlenecks are hurting revenue. So it's picked up on who Mary is. Again, I changed the model just because, again, I wanted more deep thinking. And as you see, it's still developing this as we're speaking. All right, so here we go. How each team is involved. Finance reviews invoice timing, DSO payment trends, and collections data. Marketing evaluates campaign quality, lead source performance, and customer acquisition trends. And then IT integrates systems, automates data flow, and improves reporting accuracy. What Mary can own: she can lead the finance side by identifying AR pain points, reporting gaps, delayed payments, and opportunities to tighten the order to cash cycle. Now, what this says in an interview: it says, I look for projects that improve visibility across the full business, across the entire enterprise, not just in my little corner of the world in finance. Okay, this is why this is so powerful and impactful. And I've seen it happen. I've seen admins, administrative professionals, who have gone in to meetings that were attended by folks from across an organization and enterprise and make suggestions that were then adopted by the entire organization. Why? Because they understood this principle. All right. So here we go. One idea I'd love to support is connecting campaign performance with invoicing and collections. So leaders can see what's driving profitable revenue where cash flow is getting stuck. This would be something wonderful to talk about in a job interview. Tell me a little bit about yourself. Well, one of the things I pride myself in doing at this stage in my career is looking for projects that improve visibility across an enterprise. In other words, across the full business, not just my little corner of the finance world. And one idea that I'd love to support, and perhaps we can talk more about it, is connecting campaign performance with invoicing and collections. In this way, leadership can see what's driving profitable revenue and where cash flow is getting stuck. Wow. Ooh, the goosebumps on that one. Really, really. All right, so let's go on because there's more. Number 2, customer profitability and retention analysis project. Wow. Oh, I'm sorry, analytics project. Come on now, many companies know revenue by customer, but far few understand profitability, payment behavior, and retention risk all in one place. So here's what this is. Create a cross-functional model that segments customers by revenue, margin, payment habits, dispute frequency, and engagement trends. And again, if you're just joining us, we're taking a look at how Mary can really up the game as she looks at interviewing with other companies or proposing projects within her own company. And here we go. Why leadership's going to care? Because this helps the company focus on the right customers, reduce churn, improve collections strategy, and support smarter sales and marketing decisions. Now, based on what you know, based on what you do, what are some of the projects that you could talk about in an interview that you'd love to be a part of in your next role? Yes, you're applying for whatever the job title is for which you're applying, but at the same time, you're not going in there just to work a job. You're going in there to make an impact, to make a difference, and to stand out in a way that gets you promoted, gets you noticed, gets you high visibility by those that matter in a short period of time. And I just made my camera move with my hand signals. All right, I'm not going to worry about that right now. So here we go. Let's continue. So how each team would be involved: finance provides margin, aging, deductions, disputes, and payment trend data. Marketing contributes campaign engagement, customer journey insights, and retention activity. And then IT builds data pipelines, reporting tools, and system connections. Now, here's what Mary can own. Mary can help define the financial health signals that matter most: late payments, credit risk, high-touch accounts, recurring deductions, and customers that look strong on paper but weaken cash flow. That's good stuff. So, what this looks like during an interview. Mary would say, and let's get this, gotta get my mouse to act. There we go. Mary would say, in addition to that, I'm really interested in projects that help the company go beyond top line revenue and understand customer quality. Finance can add real value when we help identify which accounts are strongest, which are risky, and where intervention protects both margin and cash. Oh man, this is good stuff. And then number 3, AI-powered workflow automation and exception management project. That's a mouthful. This one is high visibility because it touches productivity, cost control, and modern transformation. What it is: use AI and automation to identify repetitive tasks, exception patterns, and approval delays across AP, AR, reporting, or campaign spend reconciliation. Why is leadership going to care about this? Because it's going to save time, improve accuracy, reduce manual work, and frees teams to focus on higher value decisions. One of the AI coaches that I follow recently shared that, long story short, she used AI and automation to do a lot of the tasks, the repetitive tasks that her assistant, her human assistant, was doing, to which he then asked her, do I still have a job? I mean, valid question. And so what she told him was powerful. She said, of course you have a job. However, your job has just been elevated so that now you're focusing on higher value decision making. You're doing the things that I need a human to do that AI cannot do. So while AI just took away probably 60% of what you used to do, no worries, because now that frees you up to do the things that I really need you to do and put your human touch on it. And this is the part that we want to educate, where we want to educate leaders, business leaders, hiring managers, etc. We want to educate them on why AI helps to enhance the skills of their employees. It doesn't replace the skills. And I think that's what the big question mark in the marketplace, because a lot of leaders still don't know how to utilize AI in the workplace. So when you come in with something like this, where you're proposing, here's some ways that I can come in and help to bring AI and to bring automation into the workplace so that we can improve on this, that, or the other, it's a game changer. All righty. Let's see how each team is involved. And so, lost my mouse again, forgive me. Finance identifies the most painful manual tasks and exception points. Marketing helps with budget tracking, vendor spend, campaign invoice reconciliation, and reporting needs. And then IT evaluates tools, workflow automation, permissions, data quality, and governance. All righty. Now here's what Mary will own. Mary can champion use cases like duplicate invoice detection, cash application support, anomaly spotting, dispute routing, or automated variance summaries. And here's what she would say about this in an interview. I'm especially drawn to projects where, and so one of those questions that usually get asked is, what do you see as your greatest strengths or your biggest weakness? And so, you tackle the least important first. That's the weakness piece. And we handled that some time ago, but you go ahead and answer that, and then you say, as far as my strength is concerned, I'm especially drawn to projects where finance partners with IT and business teams to reduce manual effort. Even modest automation and exception management can create faster reporting, stronger controls, and better use of people's time. All righty. So I love this. So here we go. Which of these is strongest for Mary? If Mary is targeting ARAP leadership, I would rank them this way, is what chat says. 1, the AI-powered workflow automation and exception management, best for showing modern leadership, operational thinking, and AI readiness. Number 2, revenue to cash visibility project, best for showing strategic partnership and enterprise thinking. And then the customer profitability and retention and analytics, best for showing financial insight beyond transactional work. So there's your strategy in a nutshell. And at the same time, I've just demonstrated how certainly you can have a mainstay, if you will, but you can use all three at the same time. So here's how Mary can use AI to identify high visibility projects before an interview. She doesn't have to guess. AI can help her spot what leadership probably cares about before she even walks into the room. So, step one is going to be to gather the signals. So, you're going to be able to do research to find out just what the hot buttons are. Have AI analyze the job description, the company website. Man, I'm getting goosebumps again. Recent press releases, the annual report or investor page if available, leadership LinkedIn posts, recent product launches, expansion news, or transformation efforts. This is all a part of doing that research that I've told you about so many times. But now you're taking that research to focus on what we just covered today. What are the pain points that you want to address where you can introduce projects that you can lead or co-lead or be a part of in your next opportunity? Because remember, as we said on last Friday, it's not just about you. Your next job opportunity is not just about you. All righty, let's go on. 2, you'll then ask AI to pull out patterns. Use prompts like this. And it's got a, all right, I'll use the scroll bar. Analyze this job description and company information. Identify the top 5 business priorities the company appears to care about most in 2026, 2027. Then suggest 5 cross-functional projects that someone in AR, AP, or finance leadership role could help lead in partnership with marketing and IT. All right, so that's your first prompt. Your next prompt. Let me move this out of the way. Based on this company's public messaging, what problems are they likely trying to solve related to growth, efficiency, automation, customer retention, reporting, or digital transformation? Rank them by likely executive importance. And let me just stick a pin in that for a moment, because while you can certainly do this in ChatGPT, in addition to this, if it were me, what I would be doing is I would go on over to Perplexity, my research. ChatGPT is certainly my strategist, but I'm going to go over to my researcher in Perplexity and get information there and plug that in along with the information that I'm going to plug into ChatGPT. All righty. Next prompt. Review this company's recent news, leadership messaging, and role description. What project ideas would make a finance candidate sound strategic, cross-functional, and promotion ready in an interview? Oh man, this is good stuff. And of course, you can copy all of these as you see. Now, here's step 3. Ask AI to translate strategy into interview language. Not sure what to say? No worries. Turn these company priorities into 3 interview-ready project pitches I can speak about confidently as a finance leader. Make them sound practical, business focused, and aligned with collaboration across finance, marketing, and IT. And remember, something that I've said several times now, you don't have to just take it out of the box, whatever it presents you with. You can always go back and say, hey, that sounds good, but I need it to sound more like me. And of course, how do you do that? Well, you train it. And again, we've talked about that, but I'll delve more into that another time because we're running out of time today. All righty. And so how Mary can use AI during interview prep. She can use AI as a rehearsal partner. And so here we go. Here is the job description and company background. Suggest 3 high visibility projects I could mention in an interview that would align with their goals and allow me to collaborate cross-functionally. And again, you're taking all of the data and plugging it in so that AI or chat or whatever tool you use now has all the information that it needs to actually complete this assignment. And then here's the pitch builder, the prompt pitch builder. Take these project ideas. All right, so now you've plugged in the research information, you've gotten the prompts, It's made suggestions. But here we go. Take these project ideas and turn each one into a 60-second interview answer. Make the language sound confident, strategic, and clear without sounding inflated or robotic. Ensure that each answer has my tone and voice. And again, once you get it, if it doesn't, you can either regenerate or simply edit it on your own. And now the executive alignment. For each project idea, explain why a CFO, CIO, and CMO would care about it. Help me speak to all three perspectives. Now, for many of you, this is going to be especially powerful during that final interview phase, because oftentimes that's where you're actually going to be talking to someone in the C-suite. But even if they're not in the C-suite, if they're a VP or director, again, they're going to know the language of the C-suite. And so their ears are going to perk up when you speak this language. All right, and here we go. Objection prep. I love this. What concerns might an interviewer have about each project idea? And how can I answer those concerns in a thoughtful way? Now, as you guys know that are with me, you know that I do these live. So I haven't seen this information, but this is so much more than I expected and so on point, because it takes away you having to do so much of what needs to be done. And so this is perfect. It really is perfect. And the only thing that would stop you is the F word. That's right, fear. For the rest of you who thought something else, I'll be praying for you. All righty. So here we go. A simple way to pitch a high visibility project in an interview. Here's the formula Mary and you can use. I noticed and I wouldn't say your organization. I would say at this point, the organization. I noticed, as a matter of fact, I would probably call it out by name. I noticed that XYZ appears focused on whatever the goal is. One area where I could see strong cross-functional value is this project idea. Finance could contribute whatever the insight is based on what chat is giving you. Marketing could contribute whatever it is that chat is giving you. And IT could support in whatever it is that chat is giving you. The results could be, boom, again, whatever it's giving you. So, oh, wow, it gives us an example. I noticed that ABC seems focused on efficiency and smarter growth. One project that stands out to me is improving visibility from campaign performance through collections. Finance could help with identifying payment trends and cash flow bottlenecks. Marketing could connect that to lead quality and customer behavior. And IT could help automate the reporting. That kind of project could strengthen forecasting, improve cash flow, and give leadership better decision-making visibility. We are living at a great time, y'all. We are living at a great time. While yes, there's still a lot that has to be figured out, that has to be learned, that has to be grappled with. At the same time, there's a lot that has already been figured out, that's already been learned, that's already been grappled with, and we're looking at it right here, right now. The answer is strong because it shows she did her homework. She thinks beyond her lane, and she in a good way, and she understands how teams work together. She's already thinking like a leader. So what Mary should avoid, do not pitch projects that sound vague or academic. Now, we're not looking at something that's theoretical. We're looking at things that actually move the needle for a company's finances, et cetera, et cetera. Do not make it sound like she wants to disrupt everything in week one. That's a great point. That's a really good point. So again, we're talking about coming in, doing research, and being able and doing more homework in order to be able to meld this into the company culture. Do not present AI as magic, and do not focus only on technology without tying it to business value. And everything that we saw here does exactly that. It avoids those things. So the win is not, I know AI. So that's what people going into interviews saying. Well, I've been working with AI a lot. I've got XYZ credentials in AI. The win is I know how to use AI and cross-functional partnership to solve business problems. Most importantly, the problems that are most important to that business. So here's a good closing line. All right, chat says, where's my, okay. Chat says, where I add the most value is not just keeping the finance function running well, but helping connect the dots across teams so the company can move faster, see clearer, and make better decisions. And so for those of you that might be thinking, well, suppose somebody says, well, where have you done this before? Remember a couple of weeks back when we worked on creating our simulations, okay? That's the business model that we can present. And we can be a little coy and say, I'd be happy to share with you on my first day how I've run this model and how it makes sense for XYZ. All right. That line positions her as more than a manager. It positions her as a builder. And it doesn't matter whether you're going for a management role or not. This is what I'm trying to tell you. You want to stand out. You want to make your outstanding stand out. Now, Chad is saying, if you like, I can turn this into a one-page interview prep sheet for Mary or for you with talking points, sample answers, and AI prompts she can use immediately. Man, went a little over today, but I hope you see the value in what I just shared with you. So I will get the prompt and put it in the what is this thing called? Comment section. And then I will make sure I put it in. Let me open up LinkedIn. So I'll remember to do that immediately. And here we go. It is now in the comment section. And let's see here. Something popped up. TJ Richardson says, thank you, William. This is an amazing example for us to level up. Yes, that's the idea. We want to level up. We want to level up. And at the end of the day, when you make your outstanding stand out, man, it changes everything. It changes the conversation. They're going to get so much more out of this interview than they expected when you walked in the door. It's going to be amazing. Dawn Lewis says, I agree with TJ. What she said. Thank you, Dawn. Appreciate it. Hey, look, I'm going to get us out of here. You all have a wonderful rest of your day. Remember, between now and 12 noon Eastern time tomorrow, I want you to stay safe. Pay attention to what's going on around you. If you see something or hear something that sounds out of place, say something to someone. Make a difference. Be the difference. And maybe change your life and the life of someone else. Remember 3 things. God loves you. I love you. There's nothing you can do about it. I'll see you tomorrow. We'll do it all over again in a different way. God bless everybody.
Wow, that was fantastic. I haven't been this excited to learn about something since I left basketball. Anyway, Mr. Craig did another great job of sharing an AI prompt that anyone can use in their job search. Be sure to join him every day, Monday through Friday at noon Eastern, on his LinkedIn profile or his YouTube channel called Get Up and Get a Job. You can watch the replays there as well. And while you're at it, share this information with someone you know who wants or needs a new job. I've got to run. My team needs me. But keep up the great work, Mr. Craig. You're providing a great service for the community. I'm going to tell all of my players about daily AI prompts for job seekers with William Craig III.